Congratulations to Chris from Hatch, man. Look, the one thing that a lot of people aren't talking about that transaction, $300 million Hatch sold to Yelp. The dopest part about that is number one, congratulations to Hatch and the Hatch team for, a huge milestone. But number two, and the most important part, and that the shit that gets me so excited is that you got big tech companies like Yelp, you got big tech companies like Google, you got you have everybody trying to infiltrate our industry. That's the dopest part about that transaction. It's not that the transaction happened and, obviously a ton of people are going to be super wealthy off that. But the dopest part about Hatch selling to Yelp is that the diversity of private equity and public money and all these banks and everybody trying to get into our industry. That is the milestone. Like 15 years ago, you wouldn't have heard of Yelp buying in Hatch. 20 years ago, you didn't hear of Google buying, Nest. Like things had to happen in a certain order for all of these big tech and banks and all these private equity people to try to come into our industry. Service sign paved the way for a bunch of us. Now there's, now all the big tech companies are trying to see how they could come in and help and capitalize on the contracting side. So congratulations to those people, man. The diversity that we're getting into our industry is only gonna make the industry better, and that's what I'm excited about. Because look, 30 years ago, bro, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, Yelp would not have paid a penny for Hatch. Yelp would not have paid a penny for Hatch. Service sign would have never gone public. Google would have never bought Nest. Like all those things would have never happened if we didn't have the immense freaking attention that we have right now. And that to me is fucking dope, because just imagine 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I already heard Tesla, Elon Musk is going to start a private fund so he could come into the industry and start, whether he's going to round up companies or whether he's going to start his own or whether he's going to, come up with his own sector. Like, bro, imagine 15 years from now, like, robots are going to be doing all the plumbing, air conditioning, electrical, roofing, security, freaking windows, tile. Like everything's going to be done by an autonomous robot. Like that is another huge milestone. So congratulations to Hatchman, but more importantly, congratulations to the trades. Congratulations to the trades, because we got to look back sometimes and kind of get excited about the future, because 20 years ago, we were doing invoices in paper. 20 years ago, we were dispatching on a Google Calendar. 20 years ago, we were dispatching with little sticky pads. 20 years ago, the technicians had to call in and talk to a dispatcher and tell them what happened inside of the call and run a credit card and take payment and run to go from sticky pads and Google Calendar and manual everything to now a technician walks in with his tablet inside the home and has a menu pricing for the customer and just walks in and says, "Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm Ishmael with Next Gen Air Conditioning. I'm going to be doing your tune up here, and this is what it entails." And just doing the whole journey out of a tablet. Again, insane to look back and go from a sticky pad. Dude, I remember some of these contractors come up to me and they tell me, "Ishmael, you don't know how bad we had it. The technicians would come into our shop and we would give them 3 sticky pads with addresses, phone numbers, first and last names of the customers, and they would grab those sticky pads and we would put their times and they would call the customer, 'Hey, I'm en route.' They would get there and everything was like, bro, there's no way you can scale that, number one. Number two, we went from that to, being fully automated inside the home to being able to provide the best customer experience. It's like, dude, it's insane, man. Honestly, congratulations to the trade. I'm always going to, look, the one thing I'm always going to be, I'm not team Yelp, I'm not team Google, I'm not team tech, I'm not team, big tech, I'm not team private equity. I am team the trades, baby. I am team the industry. I am team the, contractors. I want to see our contractors win, because, bro, growing home comfort, growing Next Gen Air Conditioning has taught me one thing, and it's, this shit ain't easy, man. This shit is not fucking easy. Employing the people and, trusting them to go inside of the house, customer's house, and always do what's right by the consumer, and always do, what's morally right, and trying to hire the right people to do that, and background checking them, and drug testing them, and holding them accountable. It's like, now I know why private equity is paying so much money for us. It's a hard operation to do, and it's a people business. That's probably the best part about our industry. So congratulations to those guys, man. Honestly.